Good morning, colleagues. Welcome back to a Friday 5 in 5. This week, I'm just going to spend quite a bit of time explaining the difference between sharing folders and content in Google Drive and OneDrive. If I just dive into Google Drive, it's been a long time since I've been in Google Drive, but when you go and right click on something in Google Drive and click share, what happens is it opens up the dialog box. So if I click share here, and you can see automatically who has access to those files, and it just gives you that sort of like snapshot. But within OneDrive, it's slightly different. So if I go to OneDrive, for example, and you can see here I've got my folders in OneDrive, I've created some folders that when I've named them, it says shared with partner accounts only. That means that anything that I drop into that particular folder, I know that students and staff can see it because it's got some sharing behind the scenes. And this one, anything I put in this shared with the world, that means that it has public access, so they don't have to sign in. So how did I create those, and sort of what's the difference between the Google Drive side of things? Because what tends to happen is that when you create content in OneDrive, automatically people click this button here and go to share. And then by default, you get this message here. And then people just say, right, okay, maybe I just go to the link settings. And when I go to the link settings, it says, well, people you choose. And by default, it will always go to this. The best thing to do in OneDrive to see the general access, the access that people already have, is just to click on the three dots here and then to go to manage access. And then when you get this screen here, you can see I'm the owner of it. I've not shared it with any groups, but what I've done is I've created two links that I can share with people. So this, remember, this account here was with the partner people only, and it says here people in Bangkok Partner School can view, and there we've got the link to be able to copy, and we've got here people in Bangkok Partner School with the link can view but can't download. So the difference, the significant difference is that when you go and create content in OneDrive, you can create these multiple links which you can then share with different people. So maybe I just wanted people just to copy but not download anything, or just to view but not download. I'd copy that and then I'd go into my email and I'd share it with them, or I'd go into Teams and I'd share it with them. So how did I do that? I'm just going to create a new folder, and then we're going to see, let's call this my test folder. And I'm going to give it a particular color, and I'm going to click create. In fact, what I should do is now go and modify it so that I can see where that is, and there's my test folder. I would probably number this so that it always goes in a particular order. Now, the moment you can see that there's no little icon showing that I've shared it with somebody. See these little people icon? I haven't shared it with anybody. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a link that I can then share with people. If I click on the three dots and go to manage access, you can see I've not shared it with anybody. So I can create a new link in two different ways. I could click on here, share, or create a new link within there, or I could, if I wanted to, do the same thing and click on the share here, and it will take me to the same screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on these link settings. I'm going to say, right, okay, I want anyone in the world to be able to access this particular content. I'm going to click apply. Now, nothing has happened just yet because I then need to click on copy link, and you can see the little wheel, and now I've got a link behind the scenes that I can share with people. So if I go back to manage access, and you'll see this icon change in a moment, and I'll see the little people appear. It just takes a few seconds. In fact, there it did it behind the scenes for me. I've got this link now that I can then copy and share with people. So within OneDrive, you can create multiple links with different settings. One link could be can't download. One link could be an expiry at a particular time in the future. One link could be with a password on it. So OneDrive gives you much more flexibility when it comes to creating those different links. But the mistake people make is that they click on this, and when they click on this and then click on this, they say, well, nobody has access. But in fact, they do have access behind the scenes, and you need to be able to see the access by clicking on Manage Access. And then when you go to Manage Access, you can see all of the different links that you may have created behind the scenes and be able to share with them. So it's a significant difference between Google Drive and OneDrive when it comes to sharing. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.